Does this even count? Since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe wasn't really a new Mario Kart game, many people figured that the Nintendo Switch would eventually get its own brand new entry at some point. And it eventually did, 3.5 years later. Kind of. In the Super Mario Bros. 35th Anniversary Nintendo Direct back in September of 2020, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit was revealed. This game wasn't really a game, yet at the same time it was. Home Circuit is basically an RC car that you control with your Switch. It's got this little camera on the top that streams video back to the console. A 3D model of the character is then overlaid onto the screen, creating the illusion that Luigi is real. I'll get back to the actual game itself in a second. I want to briefly discuss what you get in this package. Inside the box, you've got a bunch of pieces of cardboard without the D-board, and a sheet of paper giving you step-by-step instructions on how to type Mario Kart Live Home Circuit into the Nintendo eShop. I have no idea what I would do without this. There's no physical cartridge though, unfortunately, not even a download code. That's why I used the power of a printer. Just in case this thing of plastic wasn't proof enough that I owned this game, you just go to the eShop, search for the game, and download it for free. This makes sense though, plus it's way easier to get this game secondhand. So instead of not only having to buy the car and the game card, you can just type the game into the eShop search bar. Pretty easy. So how is the game though? Is it worth the $100 that it retailed for back in 2020? Well, I don't really know. There's only two characters to choose from, being Mario and Luigi. You choose them by spending $100 on your favorite one. This game actually has different costumes for Mario and Luigi though, like their builder outfits, Santa, and more. Again, that's really cool, although it obviously doesn't change the actual appearance of the physical cart. That would be weird and probably considered witchcraft. This game is such a different yet similar experience to other Mario Kart games, and it makes it kind of difficult to judge it next to the more traditional, true entries. This is 100% a really cool novelty, and that's about it. I never really do the races for the most part. I just think driving around your house at such a small size is more fun personally. Plus, doing the actual racing is kind of awkward and tedious to set up. You get to design your own track and then you have to drive around the path in order for the CPUs to be able to race. So the best way to easily win is to just drive in circles for like 10 to 20 minutes while designing your course. Then the CPUs will have to follow that path. Aha, shortcut. There are a good amount of cups and courses though, but they really just boil down to different PNGs and 3D models slapped on the screen. I think they're pretty good though, and are honestly a bit more of a unique selection than some real Mario Kart games. That being said, it can take a good while to set up a track. It's not hard or anything, it just takes a bit too long for gameplay that's only really going to last a few minutes. Unfortunately, Battle Mode does not make an appearance in this game at all. Still better than Mario Kart 8's. It just would not have worked very well, so yeah, this was a very long segment. The items are your standard Mario Kart fare with a few weirder ones thrown in there. I was not meaning for that to rhyme. You have obviously got mushrooms and bananas along with their triple variants. Gold mushrooms, coins, stars, lightning, bullet bills, bloopers, and bombs are all here as well. And of course the dreaded blue shell is here too. Oddly enough, the standard green shell is just nowhere to be found. My best guess is that it would have basically been impossible to use. In regular Mario Kart games, you can get the green shell to bounce off the wall, which would be impossible to do with this kind of game. The game has no idea where the actual walls are. It only knows the path of the track. Red shells are here though, although you can only ever get one of them at once. The triple version was axed. For our more unconventional and unique items, we have the boomerang flower and the chain chomp back from Mario Kart Double Dash. Why? So the chain chomp finally returns, even though the bullet bill is here too, which was essentially the replacement for the chain chomp, but whatever. I do think it's cool how the cart actually reacts to you using the items. Like it'll go faster if you use a mushroom, and it'll stop if you get hit by a shell. The music is mostly just ripped from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The only new music is the title screen and the main menu. And the only other mode in the game is the one where you can just drive around freely. So I don't know if I'd recommend this game or not. And once again, I don't know if it even counts as one. It's this weird middle ground between game and toy that is really hard to differentiate. So what is this thing? A game? A toy? It's whatever you want it to be. Except driven outside. That's against the rules. So naturally, this is Mario Kart Live outside the home circuit. Doesn't work very well on this pavement here. Huh. And now it stopped working. That's weird.